Hello, my name is Ellie. I am one of the catechists here at Holy Cross Parish, Leicester. The children of our parish gather together here in this beautiful atrium for catechesis sessions. An atrium is a room specially prepared for the children. It contains simple yet beautiful materials that they are able to use. At the beginning of the liturgical year, for Year 1, aged 3 to 6, orientation to the atrium takes place. Introductions such as the Bible in the prayer corner, practical life in the atrium, and stewardship are presented. As the year progresses, the sessions follow the liturgical calendar. Parables from the Bible, presentations following the teachings of the Catholic Church, and reflective prayer time, song, and processions at the prayer table take place. Children are invited to work on materials of their choice throughout the session. This is led by which they have responded to with depth and joy, and is always focused on working at the pace the child initiates. These are some of the materials that the children are introduced to in the early years of the atrium. So here we have the model altar 1, and here the children will explore the Mass. The Holy Eucharist is Jesus' meal, our most holy meal and worthy of beautiful vessels and careful preparation. Jesus, who died and has risen, invites us to his meal. We usually mention that Jesus has risen right at the very end, and we light our candles. We also sing a song that might be related to the Holy Mass, or just a calm, reflective song, and we invite the child to maybe have a moment of reflection, maybe even a prayer. This presentation is the liturgical colours presentation. This really helps the child familiarise themselves with the Holy Mass and the chasubles that the priest wears. So we have the white chasuble during the feast, the purple one before the feast, the green one after the feast, and the red one for the Feast of the Holy Spirit, certain feast connected to Jesus Christ. Here the children will familiarise themselves with what the priest wears and why he wears those colours. And they have a beautiful song they sing at the end, which is quite catchy, which they enjoy to sing. And hopefully they then connect that with the Holy Mass. So here we have the geography corner. There's quite a lot to the geography corner that goes through each level, level 1, level 2, and level 3. We start off by introducing the globe. Here we are proclaiming why Jesus chose such a small place out of all of the world to be born. So we focus on Israel on the globe first. Then we move on to the raised surface map. Here we identify Angel Gabriel coming to Mother Mary, and then Jesus being born, and then moving on to his death and resurrection. We then have some extended work for them to work on, the region's puzzle map, so they can take this out, they can take this apart, pop a piece of paper underneath, do some tracing, colour it in, and they can also follow the map that we already have coloured in with all the areas of Jesus' life. So the geography corner really highlights Jesus' life on earth for the child, and they can use all these different materials in relation to what they've been using at the beginning. So, for example, if they start working on the raised surface map, they can then look at the paper map and see his journey in more detail, where he was baptized, where he taught, where he healed, where he even went fishing in the Mediterranean Sea. It really brings Jesus to life for them. They also have a coloured-in map here that they can follow. And then going on through the years, they can do some more extensive work. Catechesis of the Good Shepherd, or CGS, uses a Montessori method, formed by Maria Montessori. Beginning in the 1950s, a lady named Sofia Cavaletti helped to establish catechetical centres modelled on Centro di Catechesis in Rome by travelling throughout the world forming catechists. Maria Montessori's aim was to create a catechesis that was grounded in scriptural and liturgical study, being deeply respectful of the nature of young children. The catechist or assistant catechist task is to prepare the sacred space for the child. Catechists are trained to minister to the religious life of the child. Maria Montessori quotes, "It is a mystery to be respected." A special part of each catechesis session that is practiced all over the world in different atriums is recording each joyful moment expressed by the child in their own personal folder. This can be a specific word or phrase. Very often it is a simple moment of enlightenment the child may have expressed at any given moment throughout the session. Reports such as a sense of engagement, quiet joy, recognition of biblical and liturgical truths have been recorded. Here in our atrium, children have experienced moments such as a sudden burst of joy, a realization of God's love for them, especially when holding a candle or engaging in song or reflection time. Artwork can often present a time to ponder on God's awesome presence and practical life tasks, or the reading corner bring a sense of God's love and peace to the child. Becoming a catechist for CGS has been a profound journey for me. It is a formation not only for the child, but for the catechist too. The Mother Teresa sisters use Catechesis of the Good Shepherd for this intention. From the moment I began my training, I was captured by its simplicity but powerful message, always remaining rooted in the Catholic Church's teaching, an understanding of God's love for us all and the special love he has for his little ones. Catechesis of the Good Shepherd is a reminder that the catechist is there to proclaim the good news. Stand back and observe until needed again. It is a humble service to God's children, creating time to encounter God on a deeper level. Father John Patrick, who is a Dominican priest here at Holy Cross, he approached me just after COVID, actually, or towards the end of COVID, and he asked if we could get liturgy going again for the children, and he had heard of Catechesis of the Good Shepherd. So he said, if you can find someone who can introduce you to the training, he would love to open an atrium here. So I did manage to find a very experienced trainer, actually. Her name is Christine, and I got in contact with her, and then she led me to the training in London. Yes, so some of the joys, there are many joys, too many to count. It is a learning journey. It's really hard sometimes to not step in a conventional way, so not to step in a way where you're thinking that you're the teacher, trying not to correct the child, giving them space to ponder, and let the Holy Spirit work. So that is one of the challenges, but it really humbles you, and in time it becomes something quite natural. Seeing what joy the children get out of it, they feel that this is their special space. They get very excited about their sessions. They like to come back. They ask if they can stay longer. And because it's very child-led, they come in with a sense of great excitement. They don't know what to start on first and what to finish on. So that's really exciting. But also setting up the atrium has been quite a challenge. We do make all our materials. We try to find them in charity shops. We put announcements out to see if there's any artists in the congregation that can help. So, for example, this cenacle here, this was made by my brother. He's a builder, so he contributed to the atrium by making the cenacle. And my mum, she made the disciples.
Gladia and Joe, husband and wife, dear friends and volunteers here at Holy Cross Parish, worked very hard on the city of Jerusalem for the children and donated it to the atrium.
I could go on with how many people and friends, family, members of the congregation have made all sorts of materials. I also did contribute some materials myself as well. And that also it takes a lot of patience and time, but it's actually also really quite peaceful, and it connects you to the parables actually itself. So that also is a sense of enjoyment. So we do have a waiting list here at Holy Cross. Lots of families are really, really eager to send their children to catechism. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to offer as much as we would like to because of lack of volunteers. It is a commitment. Most sessions are 2 hours long. At the moment, we're only offering them once a month. We try to do it fortnightly, but really it should be every week. Repetition is really important for the child. Yes, it's difficult for the parents to sometimes understand the method because it isn't conventional. We don't let them take their work home, for example, until the end of the year. There's sometimes maybe a sense of what is the aim? Why are they not completing things and bringing them home? And what did they learn today? So sometimes that is a little bit of a challenge to explain to the parents. But all they come back to us saying is, my children just want to keep coming back. And I think that says it all for them. So that would be my answer to that question. Okay, so my advice would be gathering a team of catechists, I think, is really helpful and will create a strong platform to starting an atrium. You do need a lot of support and help.
Kinga, a wonderful friend and volunteer here at Holy Cross Parish, started the atrium with me as an assistant catechist. She has supported catechesis sessions immensely, taking over when I had my son and always remaining committed to the children. With her many years of experience in children's liturgy and her gentle nature, the children have been very blessed to have her.
It is hard work at the beginning because nearly all the materials are made. You can get in contact with a lovely gentleman who's a carpenter in Wales. He's very well known in the CGS family for making materials. But if you want to keep costs low, it is quite hard work, that side of things. And also starting an atrium, it would be great to be able to offer at least 10 to 12 children to each session. And you do need, because it is more one-to-one, and you've got, say, for example, a child wanting to sit by the prayer table and have a candle lit. You have another child who wants to light the candles at the model altar and sit and sing and pray and praise, and you have another child wanting to do some painting. So you do need, I would say, at least 5 or 6 catechists, maybe the minimum 4, excuse me, to begin the start of the year at the atrium. So I would say trying to get a team, even assistant catechists, they don't have to be trained at the beginning, and usually they do want to be trained because they fall in love with Catechesis of Good Shepherd. So that would be probably my main advice. Get as much help as you can and take it slow. It's not a rush. And just focus on the child, even if you only have 3 children that turn up, even one child. That's so important, and it means everything to God. So, yeah.